Oh, that's okay. All right. It's Wind Funnel, everybody. We are also here to celebrate Christmas, obviously. But looking at the championship, at the beginning of the season we talked, and you talked about the Gray Fox, Jim Iverson.
Oh, yes.
And he seems to be doing very well so far this season.
Yes, he is.
What do you think this is the season that he finally breaks through to get that championship?
Well, I'm really hoping for that. I think this is the year of opportunity for that Gray Fox, and he ought to take advantage of it.
Now, of course, he has a teammate, Mark Walzak, who has been very fast. He's won a race or two. I can't keep track of it all. Where is my stats page? Yes, he's won a race this season. Could there be competition there amongst the teammates?
I'm convinced that Mark Walzak is bipolar.
Is that right?
He's like all over the map. He's up, he's down, he's up, he's down. You never know where he's going to finish.
He tends to try to isolate himself with the iPod, the hood, the shades. You know, he seems to be trying to focus very intensely on his driving.
I think he should focus a little bit more on his attire. But that's just Kitty's opinion.
Now, Larry Rotter, of course, is on the comeback trail. He had meningitis, very scary earlier this season. Missed a race, has, struggled to come back. But this last race, he came back and made the final. You're a big fan of Larry Rotter's.
Oh, I'm a big fan of Larry Rotter, and this is just not his year. This is the year that Larry Rotter is going to take a break. He's going to have some fun at these races. I think his teammates finally getting to him. He's going to have some fun, get on TV maybe.
It had to rub off eventually,
well,
didn't it?
Let's hope so, man. God, that man needs just some energy.
He needs to loosen up a little, doesn't he?
To think.
Absolutely. Now we've had some ugly scenes between the PKVHO guys, Jim Iverson, Mark Walzak, and then the WIJobs.com guys of Ev Kamikawa and John Shea. What do you attribute all that to? Very ugly.
The WI people, well, maybe they got a little bit of hillbilly in them. Okay. I don't know. So
some of that NASCAR business rubbing off on them, possibly?
Oh, not the NASCAR business. Oh, I can't stand it.
All right, we're going racing here in the desert.
That's like steaming.
Yeah. We're going racing here in the desert. What do we think is going to happen tonight?
I think someone's going to get bit by a scorpion.
So be careful. We are here at Vista Rio Rancho, and watch for the... this is going to be one great celebration after this race is over.
Rattlers and scorpions. Oh, no, this is going to be a fantastic race, and watch that Mike Kristoff. He's really putting them away tonight. He could be some entertainment for us. But yes, this is an exciting race. It's going to be interesting to see who DNFs this time and how many hugs are handed out at this race.
It's always tricky. Let's watch what happens here. This is the Wind Funnel.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, what race is this? It's a Christmas something classic, I think. Okay, Christmas race, and that's Larry Ryder. I heard he's back. He's making a comeback. And oh yeah, that's Dan Murgetta, I think. That's a pretty good front row back here. What is this? Whoa, that's Chris Spear. He's third. We're not doing this in reverse order. He's actually third on the grid. Alongside of him, that's Ev Kamikawa, a new look to an old car, number 9. Hey, I think they took that car from a museum. The police are looking for that one. That's John Shea. And behind him, I can't see. Where's my binoculars? That's that Mark Walzak or Jim Iverson? Okay. With the 3 skull and crossbones on the car, signifying 3 wins this year. Back here, that's the other black car. That's Amy Butler, qualifying very good here in the 4th row. And alongside of her, that's Tom Spirit, the head of Team Spirit. Man, those cars are far away. I think it's Mark Walzak and that car behind him. That's one of them RJ White cars. Man, he's a mean guy. He pushed me down in the paddock. That's Mike Fitzlaw. Mike Fitzlaw pushed you down in the paddock? No, RJ Foy put you down in the paddock with his motor scooter.
Oh, get out of his way then. Back here in the last row, that's Mike Kristoff. He's gonna be 40 in 2 days or 3 days or something like that. That's and that's Andy Speart, the other RJ Foy car. Did he push you down too?
He pushed me down twice. No, he only pushed me down once.
So RJ pushed you down and that guy ran you over. That's the starting lineup for the Christmas Classic here at Vista Rio Rancho Raceway out in the desert southwest. Look how beautiful it is here.
Heat race number 1, Andy Speart, Amy Butler, Jon Shea, and Jim Iverson. He won your last race. He's won, what, 2 of the last 3, I think, there, Dan Tommy Kendall?
Yeah, and 3 all year. However, Jon Shea is not to be forgotten in this heat race. He boldly stated, I can take Jim Iverson when he went into this heat race. He's claiming himself he's going to win. Every time this guy starts, he comes close to winning if he doesn't.
Absolutely. It's either win or wreck it. You know, there's no in between with this guy.
No, not at all. I think there are fights between the inside lanes right now. But watch out, they can get into racing each other, and we know what happens here. Cars can come off pretty easy.
What I would watch out for is these 2 lanes right here involving Amy Butler and Andy Speart. You got 2 top contenders right here, and then you got these 2. What's going to happen with those 2?
It's kind of like a mixture of oil and water, I think, right here. And that might not be a good thing. We could see some obstacles on the course, maybe. And these guys have to get through it. We'll see what happens. But
if you look closely into the corner here, Mark-Jan Beekus, there's lots of rocks, stones, loose boulders around the track. With these 2 drivers involved, I think you're going to see a lot of this debris on the raceway.
It's going to be a lot of debris, and I'm predicting Amy Butler shoving Andy Speart into the rocks after the race is over.
Amy Butler is out front of this first heat race, ladies and gentlemen. A 1-lap lead over Jim Iverson.
Remember what we were saying before this race even started? Throw all that out the window. We were dead wrong. No way even close to being right. Amy Butler's leading. We call them obstacles.
Absolutely. You know, you just can't tell. This is like, you know, they call on any given Sunday, they say the NFL, any team can win. Well, this is certainly the case here in the HO Champ Car World Series.
That's right. It's any given Thursday. And it can happen no matter what, because we saw it right there. I mean, nobody gave Amy Butler a chance to win this thing or even lead this thing at this point. She's beating Jon Shea and Jim Iverson, who's tied for the point lead and has won 2 in a row.
One of the fan favorites of this series, Amy Butler, but not a lot of success on the track. In fact, only 1 appearance in a final in her entire career, which I think would surprise a lot of people to learn that.
Yeah, it's true, but the way she's driving right now, and she's just driving circles around these point leaders, she may just find herself in this final before it's all said and done.
Let's put this in perspective here. For all you people at home that really aren't race car fans, but maybe are like NFL fans, this is the equivalent of the Detroit Lions going to the Super Bowl. Because Amy Butler is up by 4 laps over some of the best racers in this business. People said she was good. A lot of times it was never proven, but it's coming true right now.
For now, it looks like Jon Shea is making up some time. Right there, you saw the yellow car pass the black car. That is Jon Shea getting 1 lap back from Amy Butler. The lead continues to shrink as we watch that yellow car of Jon Shea catching up to Amy Butler, who's leading this heat race. And of course, the fan favorite is by far Amy Butler. The crowd is booing the fact that Jon Shea is catching up to Amy Butler. And now he has passed her. He just went by her. No, she battles back. Shea takes the lead. He's got about it. Amy's coming right back at him, though. It's close. Shea, no, Amy's right back at him. Look at that. They're side by side. Faster down the straightaways. 1 minute left to go, and Amy Butler struggling to hang on to Jon Shea, who's now opened up about a 1 straightaway lead. Of course, with the number of laps that Amy racks up, she may still find herself in the final if she winds up being the fastest of the second-place finishers, and this would appear to be a pretty quick heat race.
That's right. Interesting thing here. Jon Shea's probably going to win this, which much to the disappointment of the fans. But how about Jim Iverson? He was so sure he was going to win this heat race. He likened racing against this bunch to the Special Olympics.
Oh!
And now that they're beating him rather soundly by 7 laps. 7 laps. Let that be a lesson.
And there's the time. Jon Shea wins the heat race but Amy Butler finishes second. She may still be in place to finish into the final. Oh, look at this. She is not happy about this finish. She's blaming it all on Shay. She's... There is no telling which car is leading this race because they're all red and white. Watch closely.
They all look alike.
Looking at things from this Maytag hairpin as they come down these long straightaways. Ev Kamikawa pulling out a small lead over Tom Speart here in this disjointed second heat race. We've had some track repairs to be done, and of course that just doesn't make for smooth racing, Dan Tommy Kendall.
No, it doesn't, but Ev Kamikawa is trying something a little different here. If you notice, that's the chaparral body. It's supposed to be a little bit lower center of gravity. It's supposed to help him on this tight track, which it did right there. Tom Speart had a problem.
But it looks like Ev Kamikawa has pulled out a lead here. We come up to our one of our favorite features here on the HO Champ Car TV broadcast, and that would be Kitty's gossip. Wait a minute, wait, we got breaking news, Kitty. That's Ev Kamikawa, who just crashed out of this race. Ev is out. He threw it off in looks like this final corner here before the front straightaway, and that means that first and second place in points, Jim Iverson and Ev Kamikawa will not be in the final.
We're working our way back here into the crowded pit area. Ev Kamikawa. Man, that wasn't one of the prettiest things I've seen on a racetrack. What happened? It looked pretty ugly.
Well, considering that I'm usually not at a loss for words, Dan Tommy Kendall. But you know, the WisconsinJobs.com team gave me a great car, but when you get attacked by two drivers, you get handed a car out of tech by the tech master from a rival team, what can you expect? I think somebody threw some oil down on the track, and that's all it was.
Really? So you're sabotage here in New Mexico?
Gift wrapped.
Wow.
Jim Iverson. There's the points lead clearing total.
But he did bad too. He didn't make the final.
Yeah, but he's way ahead of me. You know the sucky thing though?
What? What's the sucky thing?
There's no bag of Starbucks coffee. You know? What am I supposed to
is up with that?
Office?
If you got Starbucks coffee laying around, send it to this guy. This guy needs Starbucks coffee. He cannot do without Starbucks coffee. Look at him. Look at him. He tumbled off the track.
The WisconsinJobs.com office when there's no Starbucks coffee for last place. Huh? Where is the justice in this world? And by the way, Dewey, Sickham, and Howell will be suing this league for injury. I'm telling you on that.
There we go. Harsh words for Ev Kamikawa. He tumbled on his head. He was racing at 180 some miles an hour. Crashed so hard, and all he wants is coffee. The man's messed up. But he may hang out of the point lead because Jim Iverson did bad too. Let's get back to the race because I think Tom Speart is leading. Talk about the Detroit Lions winning the Super Bowl. This is the Cubs winning the World Series.
Ladies and gentlemen, the boiler is 6 laps up over his teammate, Chris Speart. And at this point, I would say that the transfer spot is Amy Butler's. But maybe it's the heat. Maybe they're just not used to this desert heat.
That could be too. That's what we'll blame on, the desert heat. It's the Scorpions.
Oh, we got Kitty Bo Peep here. You seem to be concerned about the Scorpions here.
Oh, well, you never know where those scorpions are going to come up. You know, you sit in your car, suddenly there's a scorpion biting you in the patootie.
I tell you, those scorpions out here in New Mexico, they rock you like a hurricane.
All right. That's enough, Dan Tommy Kendall. I think that'll actually make the final broadcast, too. The only thing I think at this point that can derail his entry into the final is just throwing it off the table. And, of course, many times at this very track, just like that, folks. But the time ran out, and he saved it from himself. But Tom Speart is a winner here at the second heat race.
This is Everett Bell here once again at the Rancho Rio Rista. Now, sorry, I've had a couple of Corbellas and Cokes right out. And this is your third heat race. We've got a bit of an off from Mike Kristoff, who's had a little bit more to drink than me. And there's another crash for Dan Margetta. He's in this heat race along with, we've got there Mark Walczak and Larry Rada. Now, the interesting thing about this is we got Tom Spirit that advanced to the final, John Shea that advanced to the final, and we've got Amy Butler right now, who is holding the transfer spot to also go to the final. But she's got 3 fast guys and 1 drunk guy in this heat race here. And the big thing is one of those fast guys is her teammate Larry Rada. So, John Derek Daly, what would happen if Larry Rada beats Amy Butler?
Well, I would venture a guess that perhaps the motorhome would not be a very pleasant place after this race.
All kinds of, sorry to interrupt you, John, there's all kinds of carnage on the track coming out of that corner up there. And we got more carnage down on the start. My God, Dan Margetta's car is getting kicked all over the place. I must say, to make my return to HO Champ Car TV, this is an exciting race. Excuse me, I have one drink here.
Bloody unbelievable how they're wrecking cars here tonight.
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Mike Kristoff is out of the car. He's crashed off. He is crashed coming off of the second back straight there. Let's go. I think we've got to go give that man a sobriety test now. So what happened here?
You know, I thought the car was great, doing very well, just serious driver error.
Well, you know, people have been talking about how much you've consumed here, so I think there's a straight line right here. I need you to stand on 1 foot and touch the tip of your nose with your right hand.
This might help.
Hey, he's right. She's right. Here's a drink. But now, have some. Now try this again. I want you to stand on 1 leg. Here, I'll hold this for you. There we go. See, just perfect balance, ladies and gentlemen. He can do it. Not a problem. Not a problem.
He's got the best line.
And you see the cars come through here. The Maytag curve. And down the shorter of the back stretches. There's 2 of them. You can see them coming out from the far corner. It's a tough place because if you get on the power too early, you can slip and slide on those rocks and break loose. Remember, when you need a job, go to WisconsinJobs.com. Now we're going to take you into the mind of an HOCC driver as we begin the second half of this heat race.
They're going to wreck each other.
Mark Walczak's got a 4-lap lead over Dan Margetta and Larry Rada. You see the drivers go for the controllers there. On the 4th beep, they will start. And they're off for the second half of this heat race. Mark Walczak having a quick off coming into the last turn. Inside the mind of an HO Champ Car driver. This is what they see, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you see when you stand at their controller station.
No, it's like the trigger was sticking. Sometimes you get brakes, sometimes you don't.
He's in.
You have to counter pressure.
A quick stop and go penalty for Mark Walczak. He flew off the track and his car was not touching any part of the track.
What is the pit stop window going?
Is your body askew or something?
Mark Walczak having problems. Ladies and gentlemen, Crocodile Hunt. Look at this cat here. It's got huge fangs. It's got big paws, and it would rip the heck out of you. Look at that. Look at that fierce creature like that. Oh my God. Oh!
Time is running out. Right now it is Amy Butler sitting in the final. Unless one of these 2 second-place drivers, they need to score 3 laps in the next 25 seconds. 2 laps to go in the next 20 seconds as the time runs down.
Lap 99,
Larry Rada has tripped lap 100, and Larry Rada will bump Amy Butler out of the final. So the teammates, Larry Rada bumps his teammate out of the final.
Larry!
The teammates are at it now. Amy Butler's been bumped out of the final by her very own teammate, Larry Rada.
Come on.
The man knows no mercy.
Out, you beast!
Don't you love the holidays? This is what it's all about, right here.
Families.
I won.
Dan Margetta,
Hey,
you are in the final.
About time. It's been a while, you know. But, hey, you know, I would never put my teammate out of the race on a transfer spot.
No, he put himself out. It was pretty brutal, actually.
Right, I waited for him to crash out, then I decided to race.
It's the natural order of things, isn't it?
Of course. You got to take care of your teammates. That's the number 1 order in this business. You see it all along. I mean, it's not all about one driver, it's both drivers. And when one's knocking the other one out, I don't know. Maybe we need to get another car in the hindsight team next year.
Larry, you bumped your teammate out of the final. You made the final on the track.
You drink, and well, you never know where this might go.
The Christmas Classic presented by Milwaukee Deburring, ready to roll off, and everybody's clean out of the start. Here they come down to the first lap. Dan Margetta is out front. Second place is Larry Rotter, then John Shea right behind him. Oh, crash right there for Margetta. So he falls back into fourth place. And now you see Shea and Rotter right next to each other. And it's time once again for Kitty's Gossip Pit Stop. Kitty, who are we talking about this week?
Hi, Kitty Bo Peep here, and I want to congratulate Jim Iverson in winning the Shuffleboard Championships of the Senior League. Congratulations, Jim Iverson, in winning in Shuffleboard. You know, I understand that you've won a case of Grecian formula. Congratulations. I mean, a win is a win. It doesn't matter what you're winning in. You're a winner.
So, Kitty, Larry Rotter, absolutely no concession to his teammate, just goes ahead and shoves Amy Butler out of the final, even though he knew that had he just held back a couple of laps, she would have made the first final in a couple of seasons.
You know, Larry Rotter is one of those true drivers. The man gets focused on something, and there could be tornadoes and bombs going off, and he would never know it. Doesn't matter if it's his teammate or not.
He is an absolute competitor, just absolute ice water in those veins, and right now he is showing that he will not be taken lightly in this championship. He had a chance to close things up. He's in fourth place coming into this race. The top two in points, Jim Iverson, had his troubles.
I really don't know if it's competitive or it's more hypnotic. He just gets hypnotized by the cars going around the track, and he hears nothing around him.
That's true focus. Some competitors are like that. They just focus in on what they are doing and don't think about anybody else. And that's true focus. And the Butler Rotter Racing team coming in for pits. Next time around, they say on the radio. Only half of that team really thrilled about this whole final situation. Oh, he missed the pit box. He's going to have to go back around. We're going to go down to our pit reporter.
Hello everyone, it's Everet Bell. Larry Rotter's in the pits. What is this? Something is wrong. They've pulled the cowling off the car. There's smoke coming from the engine. They're trying to change out the battery. Oh no, they're telling Larry to get out of the car, and it's burst into flames. They dousing the car and Larry with Rotter. That car is done. It is out of the race. There is no way that car is going to be racing again.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have just witnessed racing karma. It comes back around to bite you. That was we gotta check what happened to the Larry Butler. Oh, look at this.
Oh my goodness.
There's no sympathy there.
Look, no love lost between those two teammates. However that works out, but a terrible break for El Gato.
We thought Larry Rotter was coming all the way back.
Hi, Kitty Bo Peep here. Oh, and someone is on the floor. Someone is on the floor. Tom Spirit ended up on the floor. Tom, where? Oh my gosh, looking at him. Oh, I don't know how he ended up in that spot. Unbelievable. Are you hurt, Tom?
No, I'm not hurt. You know what they say, you drink a lot, you get loose in the car, you crash, and you don't hurt yourself.
All right, we're down to a duel between two cars. Dan Margetta leads John Shea. There you see the distance on the track. Margetta by about one full straightaway. Oh, Dan crashes into the Maytag hairpin. That puts Shea out front. Shea now leads by about the distance that Margetta had a lead. Can he pull it back in? And Bell, this is going to be quite a duel.
Absolutely, John. These two are rivals from way back in the early days of this series. You've got John, who has on many occasions been leading a championship, but he's gone back to part-time for most of the years. You've got Dan Margetta, who's got lots of wins in this series. He's never taken a championship, but these two drivers know how to race each other. They're not going to take each other out. It's going to be clean. It's going to be tight. And there it is! Dan Margetta! John Shea is your winner. Dan Magetta crashes off. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, Dan Magetta! What happened coming out of the Maytag hairpin?
I crashed. I wrecked. It is possible to crash out there, you know, and especially when you got to go faster, you need to be going. But I couldn't keep up. That's all I had to do.
Dan Magetta, let's go get John Shea over here. John Shea, WisconsinJobs.com. He uncannily wins his 3rd race of the year on a full start. John Shea, way to go!
Woo! That's all I can say. Woo!
I think you've heard about it all. Let's go down to the winner's circle and the podium.
All right, you're looking at the trophy for the Christmas Classic presented by Milwaukee Deburring. These are the rocker arms for NASCAR engines that Milwaukee Deburring changes the parts. You see them rough here, and then they get smooth here after they run through the process. All right, this is the trophy that is going to John Shea. And folks, we are here on the podium for the Christmas Classic. First time ever HO Champ car, popping the champagne. You bet. All right. Just like they do it. Dan Gurney started it all many years ago. There you go. There's your podium. After everybody crashed out, John Shea is the survivor. Dan Magetta finishes 2nd.
Hey! I tell you what, the WIJobs.com car is running great.
Seems like most of the time all you got to do is show up, buddy.
You better watch
Maybe
out
I should
for
show
me
up more
next
often.
time, Buster.
I would say so. Let's see you at Raven Raceway, where we go to the Quiznos 250. It'll be a new year, 2007, and maybe Amy Butler will be happy about that.
Excellent job, John.